Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to That Time of the Week. I've got some of my main bitches here to discuss some of the latest current events, including Sarah Fuller, who recently made history for becoming the first woman to play in a Power 5 football game. I didn't know what the fuck that was. It's college football. My first thought when I heard that there was a woman playing football was, oh my God, is she okay? I was very concerned. I was like, she's going to get CTE. Let's get her out of there. But then I found out she was just kicking. And I was like, oh, so she didn't like play, right? She was just kicking. She knocked on the glass ceiling to see if it was hollow, right? That's what went on. I don't know. I feel like the headline was very misleading. It said first woman plays in Power 5 football game, but she was just a kicker. That's the equivalent of a headline being like first woman elected into the Oval Office and she's the vice president. Oh wait, we did that. That's crazy. I don't understand like why we can't just have a female football league. That would be fucking hot, right? I mean, the gayest thing that happens every Sunday is men sitting down to drink beer and watch other men tackle each other. We should update the NFL by having a female one, and let's make it better by putting them in wet t-shirts. Yeah, hell yeah. I would watch that. Titties. But you know what? Across the country, things are more or less the same. Rich people are doing shady shit while everyone else dies. Okay? Doctors and hospitals across the country are reporting that their wealthiest patients are offering top dollars to get at the front line of the vaccine. One doctor reported that a patient called him personally and asked if a $25,000 donation to the hospital would help her get to the front line of the vaccine. $25,000 just so you can go to the movies 4 months before everyone else. That's ridiculous. I mean, I get it. When I first heard about the vaccine being offered first to healthcare workers, I was like, I felt like that guy in Titanic who gets on the lifeboat with a baby, except I was like, I have a box of Band-Aids. But you know what? I don't need to worry because I'm at the very front line as an elderly person, a 28-year-old woman. I'll be okay. All right. I will say I'm not mad at rich people for asking to get the vaccine early. I think it's great PR for the vaccine. Everyone wants to be like a rich person, and there's too many people on the fence about getting the vaccine. If Kim Kardashian Instagrammed herself getting vaccinated, everyone would want to get vaccinated, and then we could call her an influencer. Hey, okay, I hate myself. And speaking of wealthy short women, Tom Cruise was in the news this week. He went on a tirade on the set of Mission Impossible 7, screaming at 2 crew members for not wearing a mask, saying, "This is disgusting. This is disgraceful. This is more embarrassing than the time I filmed the reboot of The Mummy." Okay. My question is, do we need Mission Impossible 7? Is that something that we need to film during a pandemic, or can we wait until after? I mean, there's been 6. What's the impossible mission now? Getting people to buy tickets for Mission Impossible 7? Crushing it. While I understand that Tom Cruise has a point, he's also just a Scientologist at the end of the day. So anything he says is invalid. I'm on the side of the people taking off their masks because they're probably trying to run away from him. But you know what? Let's talk about that today. We have 2 incredible guests. Drum roll, please, for my gals, Jill Wiener and Jordan Jensen. Hello. Hey. This is perfect because the 3 of us look like women who say we love football to get guys to fuck us.
It's very true.
It's really perfect.
I've never said that before. I'm a guy's girl. You know
I'm a guy's girl. I just like love stats and like.
Don't talk to me. I'm watching.
Shut up! The game is on. I don't understand girls who don't like football. Anyway, I'll introduce my gals individually. Jill Wiener looks like a wool sock became a person.
Oh,
give it up
thank
for Jill.
you. I didn't know I was going to be roasted. Shit.
I forgot to tell you what you can.
Fuck you.
She didn't tell us that, did she?
No.
I always forget until I'm doing the roasting. You can roast me back if you want.
Okay, well,
but-
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tell us that before we
Yeah,
get
okay.
here.
You got
Yeah,
your
tell us that
jokes
on the
written in
spot.
the
Oh, if you
notebook.
can think of anything right now,
Yeah,
go
if
ahead.
you got anything, let me know. I'll be here for the next week or so. If it doesn't come to me, you can tell my assistant what the joke is.
Okay, great.
Jill, how we doing today?
I'm good. Caffeinated. I'm not wearing my glasses because of the ring light. So everything is, got a soft focus and I love it.
And I look best with a soft focus.
That's the truth.
If I was a watercolor painting, I would get so much dick. Okay, moving down the line, we have Jordan Jensen.
Hello, Maddie. How you doing?
I got one for Jordan.
What do you got?
Actually played in the NFL, was the first woman to play, but no one reported on it because they thought you were a man.
Oh. I did a roast the other day, and the kid won just because he kept saying that I look like a man over and over
Right.
and over
I've
again.
been
Just
there.
it was
the three of us.
Jeez.
Yeah, for sure.
The three of us have been
Yeah.
there. We could cut from this podcast 2-3 of our roast battles. It's the same every time.
Well, there's the androgyny, you look like a dude and it's like a hot thing, but then but we're not like quite there. We just look like we're like poor women.
Yeah.
No, I definitely don't look like a runway model.
Right.
I just look like Oliver Twist.
Yeah.
I've got a Howard Stern vibe. That's what I've been told.
true,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Especially with the microphone,
I
the
know,
headphones. I'm
hello.
like, whoa,
Robin!
A-list guest coming through. So girls, how we doing? What's the vibe? Happy Sunday.
The vibe is good. I might get my period while I'm sitting here
Oh,
right
perfect.
now.
Me too.
so
I
we
feel
can
like I've
pray for
synced
that.
up.
Really?
Yeah, I'm on the verge.
That's how strong my hormones are.
Yeah,
I'll
I
rope
know.
any
And they
woman.
say you're a man.
Andrew's gonna get his period.
Well, that's perfect because we got our first segment coming at you,
Ew.
and it's called Let's Sync Up. Well, let's get those fallopian tubes flowing. I always like to start the pod with one question to get us talking. And today's question on the theme of Tom Cruise freaking out
Yeah.
is, when was the last time you flipped a shit in public for no reason?
Wow.
Well, I don't want to say no reason because there's always a reason.
Right.
But looking back irrationally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had spent 2 days alone, as we often spend days alone now. And
This was in 2016?
This was the first few years of my childhood. No, this was recently this year, and I had binged The Queen's Gambit because everybody had told me it was a great show and I should
just
watch
did.
it.
It's not.
Yeah, this is where this
I
is my
watched one
problem.
episode. I said, well,
Yeah, it's
what is she playing
bullshit.
checkers?
It's
What's going on here?
ridiculous.
It's
I did watch
ridiculous.
the entire thing.
Yeah, I watched the entire thing, and then I went and met up with some friends, and one of them was like, "Oh, have you watched The Queen's Gambit yet?" And the whole time, the previous 2 days, I hadn't spoken to anybody and just
Right.
been like feasting on the show and hating it every second. And I was like, that show is fucking bullshit.
Oh
and
my
he was
gosh.
like, and I just
Right.
really launched into why I hated the show. And
Was there multiple people there who saw this happen?
yeah, and then I apologized a lot afterwards.
Yeah. It's always the apology. You feel so
Yeah.
weird. You want to be like, hey, that's not me. And they're like, listen, just get out of my house.
Right.
And it's your dad.
I know.
So you didn't like The Queen's Gambit?
I didn't.
I didn't either. I watched one episode.
Yeah, I was
Did
just
you?
like,
I
yeah.
can't. But they hook you, so
They
you
hook
can't.
you.
It's just that woman going like this the whole time.
yeah, she's just like angry and like too hot. Like, show me an
Yeah.
ugly girl being good at chess, please.
Definitely.
She's supposed to be
Please.
an ugly girl.
Yeah,
That's the
I
thing
know.
It's so offensive.
And
it's terrible.
Netflix thinks this is what ugly is.
Right.
Meanwhile, I can't even do the ABCs.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking
That's
what's
a show
going on
right
here?
there. I mean, look at you.
Right.
just could've been
Thank you.
one
I appreciate
episode.
that.
Getting you back for the wool sock.
No, I want, and it's truth. It's the truth. You know what I hate when you're doing stand up and you call yourself ugly or something, and the
everybody's
audience is like, "Oh, come on, you're like a 6, girlie."
Is that what they say to you? To me, they're like, "Yeah, dig in, bitch."
I always get the sad hot girl who's like, "Oh, come on,"
Just a
and they
little
interrupt
makeup.
and they're like, "Wait," you're like 5 jokes later, and they're like, "Wait," and you're like, "Yes," and she's like, "I just wanted to say, I do think you're really pretty."
Is this
And-
what you get?
Yeah.
Oh my! Wow! I
Not
get
to
people who
brag.
shit into their hands, and they're like, "You are." That's awesome.
I get awes. I get aw,
I
which is like, we
know.
agree. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Totally.
I don't say I'm ugly. I rip on hot people though. I
Yeah.
just rip into them.
I see what you mean.
I say
yeah.
I'm fat.
Well, I've ripped it. I say I'm fat too,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, "You're kidding, right?"
Well, but you can say you're fat in New York, but you can't say you're fat anywhere else.
No, because you go
you're
to
not.
Indiana.
Yeah, no
they're
way.
like, "Who are you?
You're
A model?
Yeah.
What's going on?"
This fat girl the other day was like, "You are like 10 pounds less than me. You are not fat." And I was like, "I mean,
You're like 50 pounds less than you.
you're fat."
Yes. The worst is when someone who's like fucking ugly comes up to you after a show and is like, "You spoke to me."
Oh,
and you're like, no.
They have no eyeballs or something. You're
Yeah.
like, no.
You're not my target audience.
No, not at all. Okay, so you freaked out about the Queen's Gambit.
I freaked out about the Queen's Gambit because, you know, it's also like it's supposed to be this like feminist thing, you know, and it's totally not.
Yeah.
Like, it just is bullshit. Like, she just, like, first of all, the men just like let her. There, nobody ever tries to like have sex with her or anything,
Yeah.
which is weird. And the way she gets her period, like at the chest, I'm just so
Right.
sick of
It
that
was
trope.
Oh, I did see that
annoying.
scene.
So annoying
I
when the
popped
girl gets
out.
her period
Yeah.
for the first time and
Right.
she's like, just like, oh, I have to overcome
And it's blood
this.
beautifully running down her
Yeah.
inner thigh
Yeah.
as if that's what happens.
No.
I'll
Black
tell you about my
sludge.
first period.
Yeah,
it
black
was.
goo that has
Yes.
like fucking amorphous
Yeah.
tentacles.
It's a squid that
Yeah.
comes out, a black ink squid
Yeah.
that comes out of your pussy, and it's 7th grade, and you say, "Uh-oh,
Uh-oh,
I'm
Mom.
dying." It's not that kind of. It's not bright red blood.
No.
It it is it's a miscarriage.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
comes
not
out of
beautiful crimson tears that move
No.
down your moon white leg. It's like you feel the worst pain in your life, throw up, and then there's like a wad of
Tar.
a live octopus in your underwear.
in your puss.
Yeah. And you know
say-
exactly what it is
Yeah.
because you're a woman who has been around other women.
and you read the American Girl books that
You're
are
not
like
oh,
self-care. No.
This?
No. Yeah. She should have known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As at an all girls orphanage, give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
I want to hear the creative process behind the guy who designed the blood and who said this is what it's going to look like. There was no women involved in there, I don't think.
That's why it pissed me off. I'm just so sick of the like girl getting her period in the middle of like a high stakes chess game trope.
Yeah.
Because if she was playing high stakes chess game, it would be the back pain or the lower abdomen pain first.
And then diarrhea.
And then that night she'd take her underwear off and be like, oh, there's a little
That
bit of
night.
poop in my
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what pissed me off most about that was the depiction of the alcoholism.
Yeah.
Where she would get wasted and then she'd like dance around with her like little nightie on. And I was like, you would look 100 years old the next day. You would
Oh my
age
God.
rapidly if you're drinking like that, and you would not be dancing.
Benzos too. She's all hopped up on benzos.
You'd be
Give me a break.
leaned over like a notebook, like drooling as you like try and color in a line. Like it's not, nobody's dancing to beautiful music on a record player when they're blackout. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Anyway,
You're
it was fun
calling
to
it
watch
asses.
though. It was a beautiful show.
Yeah.
The production design was
Well, that's
Yes,
the
yes,
Netflix
it's
shows
true.
right now. They mask bad writing with a very beautiful, like the show Hollywood was very nice looking, and then it was like the worst writing I've ever seen. But you realize it till episode 8 where you're like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is a bad show. But Netflix, great job on your cinematography.
Right.
Very colorful.
Yeah, they sit down and write the hooks at the end of every episode,
Yeah.
and that's where the only amount of writing. The last 3 seconds where you're like, God,
It's like the Da Vinci
yes,
Code
I'll
all
continue.
over again.
Totally. It's like empty space for 55 minutes, and then the last 3 minutes, she's like, I'm pregnant.
Yeah. Nothing to do with the entire episode
Yeah.
you just watched. Yeah.
Totally.
Lost figured out how to do that, and then
Yeah.
everyone else took a page out of that chapter. Yeah.
Never watched it, but
Oh my God, it was a nightmare.
Nightmare.
They just would be like, and a polar bear's here. And then they would never clear up what happened. They never, ever, they were like,
Genius.
it's just philosophy and death.
Yeah.
It was
The
crazy.
end was so
Totally.
bad. It was
Yeah.
like they should have just been like, you wasted your life.
Yeah.
Right.
We're so sorry. We're going to
Congratulations,
send you
lost.
guys stimulus
Yeah.
checks. Yeah.
10 years later. All right, Jordan, what do we got for irrationally?
Oh, I flipped out on a cop. I flipped out on Michael.
Oh, white privilege.
Black Lives Matter.
I always freak out on cops. Not proud of that. I flipped out on a cop because I was coming down the Williamsburg Bridge and he was
On your bike or?
Yeah,
Okay.
on my bike. And an undercover cop was parked at the end of it because they were like waiting for like somebody that they were chasing from Manhattan to come over.
Ooh, fun.
But I had to like skirt on my bike around the cop car.
Oh, I hate it.
And I like pulled over and was like, "What are you?" They were like undercover cops. It was an undercover cop car. And I was
How
like,
did you know?
because you can just tell it's like this style of the cruiser, and they're wearing vests under their bros.
I know, and they're just like giant men.
Like, yeah.
Like, any
You're having a
problems
good
here?
time.
And I think at this time
Hey,
they had the
kids.
little siren on. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just Boston dudes in New York. You're like, okay, you're an undercover cop. And I was yelling at them, and I was like, you guys are gonna kill somebody. Like, we're whipping down this bridge. It's
Right.
nighttime. We're gonna hit your cruiser. And they were like, we're solving crimes or whatever. And I was like, and we were like yelling back and forth, and they're like, just get out of here. And I was like, you fucking get out of here. And they're like, you get out of here. And I was like, and I said one of them had a little dick. And then,
Oh my God.
yeah. I was
Nice.
really mad.
Jordan.
People were almost hitting the cruiser and dying.
Are you lucky? Are you glad you're white?
Yes, I'm
white
glad that
woman?
I'm a white woman.
Yeah.
I yell at dude, Ethan, my roommate, who's a black man. We will be together, and I will yell at cops, and he's like, "You cannot do this when I'm around.
Right.
You cannot."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So in June, you were probably on the front of the protests.
yeah, front of the line in my bike. And then I was yelling at him, and then I called him a little dick prick or something like that. And then he went like this, like jerked to like pretend to come after me.
What?
And I
You
like
did the fake out?
and I like quickly biked away like a little pussy. It was like and biked around the corner and was like it was all like hyped up.
And
Yeah,
now you're on their most wanted list.
I know.
dude, I have a problem with the cops. I've been arrested so many times.
You're gonna get pulled over.
How many
and
times
you're,
have you been arrested?
I've been arrested 4
Wow.
to 5 times. I've been to jail twice.
Whoa,
Wow.
cool girl. All right,
No.
so I got my freak
Oh,
out in
yeah, let's
public.
hear it.
It happened
Yeah.
earlier this year. All right, so I got new insurance this year. Not to brag, I'm on
Congrats.
Medicare. Woo, woo.
I'm on Medi- I just
Oh my
recently
God. Is it
joined
Medicaid or Medicaid?
Medicaid.
Yeah, Medicaid.
Yeah.
Poor people. Okay, so I got a new doctor, and I like spaced it out so that my my meds, antidepressants, would be able to be filled by my new doctor. And it was like I had like 1 day left, and so I go to my new doctor's appointment. and I think it was like a week before we get locked down. And I say, hello, I have an appointment with Dr. Cox. I'm already on the verge of a mental breakdown because I know my meds are about to run out and I'm relying on this one doctor's appointment. And they say, the doctor is out sick today. She can't see you. It's literally 2:30. The appointment's at 2:30.
What?
You're in the office?
I'm in the doctor's office.
Oh
they didn't even
gosh.
call. They're just
That's
like, Dr. Cox
crazy.
isn't in today and you can't see her. And I said, I need my meds immediately. And they said, okay, let me talk to a nurse. And they said, oh, you're a new patient. We actually can't give you your meds.
No.
And I said, I literally had a freak out in front of a million, and it's around the corner too, so I have to walk by it every day.
Oh boy.
I was like, you understand what you're doing to me right now? And they're like, you could go to
wanna know
urgent
exactly
care.
what you said. You freaked out. Did you raise your voice?
I did. I was like, so you're telling me
Oh, okay.
that I can't
yeah.
get my medication when this has been on the calendar for like the smiling sort of yelling?
Yeah.
Oh,
For 2
wow. The smile
Wow.
yelling scares me.
Smile yelling.
And then I did like the
that's
threat
intense.
where I was like, well, I'm going to stay here
Yeah.
until this gets fixed.
You
And
white
they're
womaned
like-
it, man.
Yeah, they're like, okay,
Did
no
you?
problem. No, I walked out like 2 seconds later. out
Did you
of
get your
shame.
meds?
I had to go to urgent care, and they're like, the Russian doctor was like, I'm not supposed to do this, but 2 weeks
Nice.
meds for you.
Oh, that's
Lexapro.
nice.
Wow,
Yes.
That's how they do it in
Nice.
Russia.
But it was very like, I've never seen someone not tell you ahead of time that the doctor's appointment is not happening.
That's crazy.
And have someone be like, no, the nurse practitioner can't give you these meds. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's literally it's white woman medication.
Right.
Just fucking give it to me. Like, and if you don't give it to me, I'm going to burn this place down. Then when I first lived in Brooklyn, I went to Coney Island. Only place that took my insurance.
Yeah.
And this woman didn't even look at me and just prescribed me some crazy anti-anxiety meds.
wow.
I'll never
Did
forget
you
it.
hallucinate?
No, I felt like drunk for 3 months.
Oh, wow.
2016, baby. Crushing it. Okay, well, that's our segment. I feel like we're synced up.
Yes.
Girlers.
Yes.
So let's move on to our next segment. This one is called Hometown Headlines.
Newspapers tell us many things. They tell us what is happening in our own community and in other communities all over the world.
We're talking about our hometowns, weird headlines from our home, not weird or alarming or just indicative of the shit place where you're from. All right?
Okay. Want me to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great.
You seem
First
at the ready.
one- yeah,
You
I'm
seem
ready.
Like your
This was
posture's
so
really good.
crazy to me. I'm from Ithaca, New York, very small town, very, very small. One headline was, despite COVID, I swear to God, despite COVID, the cosplay community is
thank
going
God.
strong in Ithaca, New York.
God.
See, this is very calming for me because I was nervous.
Somebody
I was the cosplaying
wrote
community.
an article. Somebody wrote an article on this, and it was talking about all the Zoom shows that the cosplay community is doing
my
in their outfits. Also, they were like, they're really elaborate outfits, like kids dressed up as full anime characters with like, they do all the
Makeup,
sewing and the
yeah.
stitching and the wigs. The picture is just an ugly dude in a wig. That's
Okay.
just literally a kid in a disheveled wig, like looking into the camera. Like it looks like they captured him being a pervert. It's
My
very
question
funny.
is, okay, so there's cosplay, there's live action role play, there's role play. What's cosplaying versus everything else?
I think live action role play is like D&D shit or like reenacting the Civil War.
As
Like you.
someone who used to be a LARPer.
Oh my
I know,
God. I jump out the window right now.
Okay, listen.
I burned the apartment down.
13 to 16, not my best years.
It was 21
before
to 40.
I started doing drugs.
It's
okay.
I was a mall goth and that was like.
Hell yeah,
that was,
we probably
yeah,
would have hung.
totally.
I just smoked a lot of
Oh,
cigarettes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Smoked a lot of cigarettes at the mall. But
Oh,
yeah, live
yes.
action role playing is like, you're part of like a guild, you're casting spells, you're hitting
You got
people with a foam
chainmail.
sword. Yeah, you chainmail for
Totally.
sure.
And then cosplaying is you're dressing up as characters?
Yeah, characters from popular culture, I believe.
Okay, so it's kind of like Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Type
Or
of shit.
furries.
Because it's costume plays. Like what
Oh,
the,
that's what cos stands
Yeah.
for. Wow, I'm fucking dumb.
My mom's name is Kaz. And
Oh.
whenever I hear the word cosplay, I get so revolted.
Yeah.
Because I
Oh,
view it
no.
as my mom with her like 28-year-old
Right.
girlfriends being like, time for some cosplay,
just the word
ladies.
play associated with your parent and all.
Oh,
It's
right?
Janine
It's
play?
awful.
so- Lois play? No
Oh,
thanks.
that-
Oh God,
That's
it's
a
not
bad
good.
one.
It's not good.
Okay, so the cosplayers are getting together over Zoom, and then what? Just looking at
Okay,
each
the
other
other
in
one
fucking
was-
Hulk costumes? What's going on?
I don't know. Yeah, they're just zooming in, wearing. It's
It's like, why would you write an article on that? Like, every community is fine. Every community is doing Zoom stuff. Why
I
do we
know.
need to know about the cosplaying community?
It was so bizarre. I was like, there's realistically in my tiny town 5 people who do cosplay.
Well,
Well,
I want to pass
wow.
Ithaca to have maybe 10 or 20.
Yeah.
I mean, who? Like I guess,
White
yeah.
people.
Yeah, right.
White people.
Little doughy boys. Yeah.
Little doughy boys.
And there's that college there too, right? Isn't Cornell around there? Or something?
Cornell.
Yeah.
But Cornell
I think it's more
students aren't doing that.
townies.
Yeah,
who are doing
Yeah,
this
shit.
kid looked like a
Townies.
townie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking like townies whose they're grandfathered into
ancestors.
Ithaca from many years ago.
Yes.
But who would ever write that article? It's way more disturbing,
Rude.
the person who wrote the article, than the cosplay.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But I guess it shows upstate New York is a pretty dead zone.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
And then the other article was, remember how they found the monolith in the
Yeah.
national park?
exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they go, Ithaca, there's a monolith found in Ithaca. And then there's just a picture of just an HVAC system stuck into the snow with like graffiti on the side
So
of
was
it.
the same author of the cosplaying article just trying to spread fake news?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, somebody who's just blind and deaf wandering around the city. It's so weird. There was no way that you would think it wasn't just trash. It was crazy. I think
Yeah.
I know where the picture was taken.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
like in
we
a
can
fucked up
pull the
cemetery.
picture up. I'll pull the picture up in editing, and
Oh,
it
okay,
looks
cool.
like a refrigerator that a restaurant would use.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
in
totally.
the ground, in the
with
snow.
like the bad kind of graffiti that was like done with like a
Yeah.
whatever.
Scratch-eaty.
Yeah, scratch-eaty, exactly. Brutal.
My big one from Buffalo is, there was one about the Buffalo Diocese covering up long-term sex abuse, but that seems a little,
That's
yeah.
old news.
I know. I'm like, yeah, well, whatever. Been there, done that. All right. So I don't know if we want to get into the
Who's the Buffalo
nitty-gritty.
Diocese?
The Catholic Church.
Catholics.
Yeah.
Of Buffalo is
Yeah.
covering up sex abuse?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
I
a
think
big
all
thing.
the Catholic churches.
I know. Replace Buffalo with Pittsburgh,
Anywhere.
fucking
Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Anywhere other than like Salt Lake City.
Vatican.
Is Buffalo Republican?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty red.
It is.
I mean,
red.
like the city of Buffalo obviously is, hippies or
How
young
did you
people.
know that was what the Buffalo Church was called? You just knew that?
Oh, well, diocese is just the name of like the arm of a Catholic church.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. That's
I think
in
that
Buffalo.
might be common knowledge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm like I was
But you're
raised
from
by
Ithaca.
militant
I know.
atheists.
She's
from
We're not
Ithaca.
even allowed to have Christmas trees. In
I
my
know.
house.
We
It's
got
really
the
about
scary.
Montessori
HVAC
kids over
systems.
here.
Yeah, yeah,
Snow
totally.
drifts.
Yeah, so we got the Buffalo Diocese covering up long-term sex abuse alongside Mayor is begging Buffalo Bills fans to celebrate responsibly
Oh.
because the Buffalo Bills are going to the playoffs this year. They won their conference and the mayor is like, please do not fuck this up for us.
Yeah.
But they're going to. It's the Bills. It's the same thing as the
Dude,
fucking Eagles.
When
this
I
is
moved,
football?
Yeah.
I love it.
And then, I'll let Jill do a headline.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't write mine down or memorize mine like Jordan. So I have
Well,
them in my, I have them in my email here. So I come from Sandy Springs, Georgia, which is
Oh, I'm sorry.
which is a suburb of Atlanta, Georgia. So
Okay.
I think I'd like to start with I just Googled Sandy Springs and I found this home listing, which seems like a fun headline. Sandy Springs home offers luxury chicken coop and a basement apartment. This Sandy Springs home costs $800,000 and includes a chicken coop, garden, invisible dog fence, and basement apartment. Can you believe this?
Wow.
I know. That's about where I'm from. Okay, that's not
$800,000
$800,000
is what you would get for a studio in Manhattan.
Yes,
But this
it's
one has
true.
a chicken coop and an invisible dog fence.
An invisible dog fence and a basement apartment.
I'm going. That's what
Yeah.
I need.
Yeah.
I'll pay $800,000 for the basement apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in Dunwoody.
So what's Shady Springs like?
Sandy Springs? Would you go Shady
800,000
Springs?
just to get electrocuted by the fence so I can fucking feel something.
I
again.
need to feel.
Yeah, that'll get your smell back.
Yeah,
Oh,
anything.
that's true. A little shock treatment. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Sandy Springs is pretty lame. It's it's like affluent white suburb of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Not really McMansions,
Yeah.
gated communities,
Yeah.
private schools,
Yada, yada, yada.
yada yada
Yeah, that was
yada.
my town outside of Buffalo.
Yeah,
Super wealthy.
not great.
Sandy
They just go
Springs.
into the city once a year to see the Nutcracker.
Right.
And then they go back to the suburbs.
Yeah.
Their 4-car garage, Range Rovers. I got one here that says, report calls Buffalo third gloomiest city in the country.
Oh, that's exciting.
Not to brag.
Wow.
Explains a lot. Explains the Lexapro. It explains pretty much my general aura.
Yeah.
They said 208 days out of every year are cloudy.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
What
Yeah.
are the most cloudy cities, I wonder?
We have Portland and
Seattle.
Anchorage, Alaska.
Oh,
Dude, I went to Anchorage and almost off myself. My
Oh,
friend's there
wow.
right now. Yeah.
Oh,
Totally.
really?
Oh,
Were you
yeah.
there
Some
during the
people-
dark days?
Yeah. Was it the dark days?
There were so many forest fires that there was just smoke everywhere.
Yeah.
And It wasn't the dark days. It was the summer.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Which was tough because the sun doesn't go down until 11. So
Right.
then you end up going to bed at 5 a.m.
Yeah, it's fucked
Yeah.
up.
It was so fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, the dark
It fucks
days are
with you.
now and it's brutal.
So if you went to Buffalo, you would also have to off yourself.
Yeah.
yeah,
We've
I almost
been there.
did when I
Yeah.
lived there. My
Yeah.
God.
Me
Holy
too.
shit.
Age
Oh,
1
boy.
through 18 is fucking sucked. Ridiculous.
That's why the alcohol. I mean, I feel like Portland has like the community of like the like highly polyamorous sexual
cosplayers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But
totally.
cosplay how my
'Cause they
mom
gotta-
cosplays. though. Not
okay.
Cosby Blaine.
Lesbians.
Okay. Maybe
Yeah.
Cosby play. You know what I'm saying? Whoa.
Bill Cosby play.
But yeah, in Buffalo, it's just like
Yeah.
there. Anchorage, it's like okay, you're just in Alaska.
Yeah, Anchorage, you're like, this makes sense because I'm
Yeah.
in the northwest
Alaska,
most
yeah.
part of the country. Buffalo, you're like, wow, this
and that's why
sucks.
it's just alcoholism.
Alcohol, and then the bills are bad.
The bills.
On top of that,
God, they're
Yeah.
bad.
everyone's
bills.
fucking disgusting. Most guys are ugly there. You wonder why I blacked out all the time so I could fuck them.
I fucked so many guys when I lived in Buffalo
Yeah.
for 3 months.
And
or
they're
something.
all hideous.
They all are so Italian.
Yeah,
Wow.
and they're either like they're either like 80 pounds and 6'5".
They're all 6 foot. No, they're all 5'6". They were 5'6". Yeah,
They're
yeah.
in between
6'5".
that.
And they
yeah.
were little like pit bull dudes, like little
Oh,
just
were they
nuggets.
It's the
Yeah.
little nuggets or it's 6'5", 80-pound dudes.
Yeah, who have like a tiny head and no brain in
Yeah.
it whatsoever. And you're like,
Wow.
do you have giantism? Yeah.
And they just work at a pizzeria. They
Yeah.
deliver pizzas, and their name is
Huge
Scott.
dicks that you can't handle at all. Not fun.
Wow. I guess
Totally.
I should go to Buffalo. This all sounds good to me.
I would stick with Shady Springs. I don't think it's it. But do you have any more headlines,
Yeah,
Jill?
well, I've got one for a neighboring suburb, Roswell, where they're trying to crack down. The Roswell wants to put the brakes on street racers.
Oh, I like the pun.
Yeah, they want to crack down on street racers. Police said the illegal activity has been ramping up over the past few months, and they want to stop it before it gets worse.
Okay.
So
Street racers, as in what we have in Bed-Stuy.
I think so. Yeah.
Have you heard? There was an NPR woman who was trying to interview. Remember how?
Dude, every NPR article is like, I'm here in a poor neighborhood.
I know.
Totally. Exactly. This
Let's get
woman,
an audio
you
clip.
can hear all these like,
yeah.
and the woman is like, hi. And she's like talking to this dude and she's like, how far back has this gone, this tradition of street racing gone? Why do you do it? And the guy was like, it's fucking fun as fuck, dude. And was just like, and just like zoomed away. And she was like, well, there's a lot of dust everywhere and quite a lot of debris, but it was so wet.
I'm going to approach a mother of 4 trying to have fun with her family.
Yeah, totally.
Well, here we have a quote. It says you have 20 or 30 people standing around. These cars are doing donuts, laying drag, one small slip up, and you could injure, potentially kill others. That's
Yeah.
Officer Thompson.
So street racing
Wow.
is just cars or is it a little cars?
I think it's just cars. This is Roswell, Georgia, so I don't think they have the kind of like souped up things we hear down Atlantic Avenue, where it's like some
Yeah.
guy has modified his lawnmower to like attach
Yeah,
to
yeah.
his
Oh, these are
delivery
cars,
bike.
not the.
I was
Yeah, yeah,
picturing kind of like
dirt bikes.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, these are. I
And
think these are
four-wheelers.
cars. I think these are like hyped up Toyotas.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into that.
I was like
Yeah.
a hyped up Toyota.
Right?
Yeah.
Soup
With
me
a
up.
spoiler and a
Yeah.
whale tail.
Totally.
The black light underneath the
Yeah.
like over the
Tip my ride.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our hometown headlines. We got the Buffalo Bills going to the playoffs. Buffalo is gloomy. And we got pedophiles in the church. What else is new? So let's move on to our topics for today. We got Tom Cruise. We got female football players. Whoa. And rich people paying for vaccines. Let's do the rich people first because that is intriguing to me. I'm not even surprised.
Yeah.
Lori Loughlin paid for her daughter to get into USC. Of course they're gonna pay. Of course they're gonna pay for the vaccines, but $25,000
Right.
donation. But even the doctors were like, "I actually am forbidden to do this for you, and I
Right.
apologize." They would if they could.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
the doctors?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Because
Oh my God.
they were like one of the doctors, his patients. I really don't know how doctors and insurance works if you're a celebrity, but one of the doctors is like, people are like Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber, and he's like at their 24-hour call line, you
Wow.
know, and he was like, I'm still not able to provide these people what they're asking
That's
for.
amazing.
Yeah.
Smuggle that shit.
Well, they're saying it, there could be a black market for vaccines.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I
Totally
want
see
in on that. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, the doctor, if I was a doctor, I would 1,000% do
I
that.
personally don't want the vaccine because I love an excuse to stay inside.
Yeah.
I'll be
You
like,
want
I'm
nobody
at
else to
the-
take the vaccine,
I'm at the
yeah.
caboose. Yeah, I want
Yeah.
no one to get it. I'm like, let's do this another year and then we'll do the vaccines.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I think we're good. I think we're in for at least another good 6 months.
Yeah.
For sure.
Easily.
Yeah.
I hate that I'm okay with it.
I know. Well, we got winter coming up. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, we got winter. And I love the idea of not doing stand up in the snow or like not like running
outdoor
from
stand up,
or even a year off of doing indoor stand up during the winter.
Yeah.
You're running
It's
from
so
show to
cold.
show. You're paying for Ubers.
Nobody's there.
Nobody's there. You're freezing. You're drinking to keep warm. You're getting
Yeah.
fucking fat.
And you just get hot and cold. You like run from the train to
yeah.
like, especially at New York Comedy Club, you get in there and it's like, it's the tightest spot,
Yeah.
the tightest space. And then you're just like sweating
Yes.
so much from being cold outside. It's bad.
500 degrees
Also, it
inside.
takes like 15 minutes to get ready to leave the house. 'Cause you have to
Yes.
put on 17 layers.
I agree.
know?
Yeah.
Totally.
I smell bad all the time in the winter
And
too.
yeah,
because
what's up with that?
It's hot and cold. What's up with me smelling bad? Or you smell
Yeah,
bad
what's
too?
up with that? It's you
Yeah.
smelling
She
bad.
can't
I was
smell
I
like,
can't smell myself anymore. I have to get the boys to smell me and tell me not the
Boys,
boys
come
come
smell
in and they're
me.
like, God damn it, it's just always bad. Okay, the hot and cold thing where you sweat and don't sweat,
Yeah.
and then you have like, it's not like workout sweat, which
Right.
smells
No,
okay.
no,
It's
yeah.
like anxiety
Yeah.
winter
Oh, like
sweat. that's
battery
bad.
acid.
absolutely horrendous. And
Yeah.
you're on the train, sweating, dripping sweat,
So gross.
no end in sight.
Yeah.
And then, okay. So how do we feel about the rich people paying for the vaccines? Is this surprising to anyone?
No.
Yeah.
No, my friend who's a nurse just got the vaccine.
Yeah.
And she sent me a text message right after that was like, well, it was bound to happen. And it said like the headline was the first nurse falls into a coma after getting the vaccine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoopsie
And then I
daisy.
opened it and it was the guy
the
sitting on
huge
the bed
dick.
with the huge dick.
Yeah. I said Bic.
Oh,
I don't know why I
it
said
was
that.
it was
Yeah.
oh, okay.
It got my ass.
I thought we
Yeah.
were spreading fake news on the podcast. Okay,
Rolled.
so a nurse did not fall into a coma unless she got pounded by that big ass D.
But she's my friend who's the one who does all the coke. And
Oh yeah.
And now she just has the vaccine, so now
Right.
she's just back to her coke days where she,
Right.
yeah,
Oh.
Totally.
back
Yeah,
into
my
it.
sister got the vaccine. Shout out. Not to brag, she is now the favorite because she
Yeah.
has the vaccine and
She's
she
gonna live
has
the
the
longest.
vaccine in her hands.
Lucky.
Wow.
So
Is
she
she
can give
gonna
it to people.
go home for Christmas?
She's staying home.
Okay,
She already lives near my parents. So
that's why she's a favorite.
yeah.
Yeah.
That
that
too.
makes sense.
But $25,000. What do we think of that?
I mean, for a rich person, that's nothing. Like when you think about
It is
like,
nothing, but then
$1
I'm like,
billion
oh, you had
dollars?
25,000. Why don't you just? I feel like flaunting that you have that much money and doing it only so you can get the vaccine and then not even giving it to the hospital.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Wait,
dude.
who
That's-
did he donate it to?
There was just a doctor who said, like, one of my patients said, what if I donate $25,000 to the hospital? Then can I get the vaccine? I feel like that's such a dick move to be like, in your own self interest to flaunt that donation
Right.
and then to not even give it to the hospital to show that you have that extra cash
Right.
floating around, but then
Not give it to
yeah,
them.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take the side of the rich person.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is something I would do if I was really wealthy. After I got that $10,000 of back pay from the whatever unemployment.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jesus. I felt like I was walking around being
You got
like, yo.
$10,000 worth of back pay?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
I got all of it at once.
because she wasn't
That's
on it till like October.
amazing.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah.
But still, that's a lot.
It's like
of
the
money at
lottery.
once.
Do you want one lump sum or do you want
Right.
to pay it out over
dude,
time?
one lump sum.
One lump
because
sum.
I had
Over
no
time
money
for me.
I had no
Yeah.
money, and then I just taught myself how to like not spend money, and
Right.
and then I got all that money, and still knowing how to not spend anything.
Oh, wow.
So,
So you're still just
but
like,
once I had that, I was like, I am the wealthiest person in the world, and felt like I was like,
yeah.
you know, like an Uber
King for
driver
day.
would be like, no, I like, you know, we have to pick up another person. I want to be like, yeah, you
Yeah.
can charge me twice as much if you don't pick up that.
And let me pay it forward for the next guy too.
Yeah.
Put it on my tab.
Yeah, totally.
Totally.
But so I think that if I was a rich person, I would ask that question.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just is like, well, vaccines only work if everyone gets them. So what can rich people do
Right.
with the vaccine before everyone else gets them, other than have their own orgies, which
Right.
rich people do anyway without the vaccine?
What do you mean? If you have the vaccine, you can't
It's only
get COVID.
effective if everyone. True,
Yeah.
but so you have to say, I'm getting the vaccine, and so is my other rich friend too, and so we're gonna go hang out together.
Right.
You can't really do much.
Why?
There's
If
no
you have the
public
vaccine,
things
you
being
can-
offered without.
Yeah, but they're rich. They don't need, I mean, look at the Kardashians. They went to that private island.
But
for
even
Kim's
without the
40th.
vaccine,
Yeah.
they can
still
do.
all
They
that
can live
shit,
their
so,
lives.
yeah, but they still get COVID. Because
True.
like, we see rich people getting COVID
That's
all
true.
the time.
Which rules?
Rich people think
It's the
they're
best. I love it. It's
Isn't
like
that
me,
so
it's like the Me
cool?
Too movement all over again.
Oh,
it's like who's gonna fall next?
So true.
You know?
We got Ellen down there. We
Oh,
got.
she got COVID.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
A couple weeks ago.
I thought you were saying she got me too. I was like,
Well, that-
yes.
She
for
got
being mean.
Yeah, for fucking mean to. That's what she got.
Another thing that I took her side. I was like, I would be mean if I was that rich too.
I would say I would be mean if I was Ellen because people were so fucking mean to her when she came
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
and it just hardens you, honestly. And then you have to rise to the top with like.
Yeah, but it's just like her persona
Porsches
as being
fucked
like a
around there.
nice person. It's like,
Well, her producers made her do the be kind thing, and then
Yeah.
behind the scenes, she's like, "I'm actually a bitch, but whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. What fucking.
You can't be
ever."
married to Portia and not be a bitch, okay? That
I
woman's
know.
face is perpetually aggressive. It's
Yeah.
It is
crazy.
very
Porsche and her
aggressive.
horses.
Yeah.
Yes, Porsches. So, yeah, I would say I do think that the more people who are getting the vaccine is because there's still so many people out there who are like, no, I was casually talking to someone the other day and she was like, no, I'm not going to take it. I'm
Why?
more surprised by people who are not taking it.
Yeah.
Because this whole year since March, I've been looking forward to the vaccine.
Yeah,
And now
V-Day.
I'm shocked as how many people are like, no, I'm not taking it. People think their body is so precious.
I
I'm
know.
like, dude, no, it's not.
I don't know what is. I feel like they're gonna
Like, what
have
do
to
they
put it in
think
the
is in
water
it?
like fluoride.
Yeah.
They're worried.
Yeah.
They're
I
seeing
think it'll-
people who lose their sense of smell, who are losing like vision, who have diabetes, and they're like, I don't even want like a dose of that
Right.
because I don't want to risk having a little bit of it. But really, it just subjects you to the protein outside of the virus, so it teaches you that when you're confronted with it, to fight off the whole thing.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean,
I
it's
know.
amazing.
I
feat
feel
of
like
technology.
people forget like modern medicine can take care of any sort of effect you'll have. You'll be
Right.
1 in a million if you have a crazy side effect.
Yeah.
We forget that it's not like the polio vaccine. It's not like 200 years ago. It's fucking a vaccine that they made in a lab with modern medicine.
They
that
also
exists.
think that they think that they've been trying to deal with it for all of COVID and then just got it to work. But really what's happened is they got it to work months and months and months ago and
Yeah.
have
Right.
spent
Just have
all
been
this time
testing it.
doing
Yeah.
like trials
Testing.
and tests and stuff.
Totally.
Yeah, totally.
Everyone thinks they're so. What I think is going to happen is peer pressure. The same way we got people to vote.
Yeah.
We got
Totally.
celebrities to post their little
Right.
stories. There's going to be like some website campaign that's going to be like, rock the vaccine.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Billie Eilish is going to be like, yo, dude, I got my vaccine. Like all sorts of celebrities. The Kardashians are probably going to do it.
Right.
And then the more people, it'll like float through into
through
the
it,
idiots.
yeah.
And then the idiots who don't get it, well, fucking ever.
Yeah.
But then like, I think workplaces are going to be like, you need to get your vaccine or else you can't work here.
Right.
And then colleges. And then it'll float through to like,
Yeah.
you have to get it or else you can't survive in existence. And those who are really adamant about not getting it will just be off the grid. You do you. I don't care.
Yeah.
well,
Right.
they'll just get sick, right?
Yeah. Well, you
Totally.
can't,
McCarthy.
you probably can't come anywhere
Yeah.
where
Do you
if
think
you don't have it.
do you think we'll enter a place and they'll be like, "Are you vaccinated?"
I don't know. Someone was telling me the other day there's going to be like vaccine cards. Well,
Or,
I'm
like,
like,
something-
that will be too expensive to print.
Or you download an app on your phone that
Yeah,
like,
the app.
like
Just
gives
give me
us
a little
an RFID.
tattoo. What about a little
a tattoo.
little
Maybe a
dot?
number on
Yeah.
your arm or something.
That would be so cool
That
to
would
show
be
your
cool.
grandkids. You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I lived through COVID.
The tuberculosis people, don't they have something like that? Where there's a little permanent mark or something from
Oh,
where they get
maybe.
it.
I don't know.
This giant Polish nurse I had one time that had to hold me down to give my blood taken was like,
What?
She was
Where
25.
were you?
I was in Ithaca.
Oh, no.
She gave me. They drugged me, and I accidentally called her a Polak.
Oh wow.
I didn't
Jordan,
even
the
know
truth
that it was a
comes out.
slur. I didn't even know. She said she was Polish, and I was like, a Polak, and she was like, that's derogatory, and I was like,
So then she had to hold you down
Yeah.
because you were
Yeah.
like, I want to say it. Free speech.
yeah.
Oh, man. Well, that's a vaccine. I'll be fucking taking it, bitches. And
Me
you guys
too.
call me in May if you still don't want to take it.
Yeah, don't be weird. I mean,
Don't
it's
take
so
it. Like,
weird.
you like
you
this?
fucking
You
matter.
like
It's
this?
crazy.
Like you fucking matter. That's
Yeah.
the biggest
Nuts.
thing. I want to look people in the eye and be like, you do not matter.
Right.
Take the vaccine.
Take
I
the
wanna kill
vaccine.
people and
Stop
tell them
thinking
they
you're
don't matter.
so
Yeah.
precious.
I know.
That
So
well,
dumb.
what if it happens to me? It fucking won't. Get over
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, I think our whole generation is just ready to die at this point. So
Yeah.
we're like, just take it, do
Take
it,
it.
hold on to me. But yeah,
If I get a side effect, I would love for someone to interview me about it.
Yes.
Great. It's free press. Then I
Yeah.
can do
Totally.
a TikTok about it,
And
go
then you
viral.
can sue fucking Pfizer and make a lot of money.
Definitely.
So
There's
come on.
only pros that come from this vaccine, in my
Absolutely.
opinion. If people die, awesome. It's a great story.
Yes.
All right. Let's go down to Tom Cruise because it's corona related. What do we think?
I personally thought that it was staged.
I was thinking it was staged and
Or
then
staged or just like
my-
released with the intention
Right.
of giving the movie publicity. And
me personally, I was like, okay, not to brag, I've been on a set before.
Whoa.
Girls, yeah.
Oh my God, you
yeah.
have?
Wow.
I've been on
no
a couple
wonder you
sets.
can afford such nice.
I know.
I know.
I have
Plants.
plants from
Greenery.
Amazon. This is real.
A plant from Amazon.
Yeah.
Man, they have everything.
The Amazon rainforest. And so my question was, if I was on a crew and someone who was in the movie started screaming at me, I would quit right there because
Why?
he's not in charge of me. The
Yeah.
actors are not in charge of the crew members.
Right.
The directors are. The producers are.
I think he might be a producer on the movie too.
Oh.
Because I think
Because I was thinking like,
the guy that
Like
Tom Yelda?
if I was on Wild 'N Out and someone on the cast screamed at a camera guy, I would say, no, you're not allowed to do that.
Right.
But if he's a producer, I guess
Well, it's Tom Cruise. You know what I mean?
It's
It's
Tom
true.
Cruise.
Yeah.
He is the Mission.
He is the
Impossible.
mission.
That's right.
I think I would
Will he
quit.
come out of the closet? I don't
You
know.
would
We don't
quit?
know.
No, you would
No,
not
I
quit.
wouldn't quit,
You'd
'cause I'm a fucking
you'd be being
pussy.
paid so much
I
money every
know.
day. You would just sit there and take it while your god and overlord
Yeah.
showered you with rage. And I'm sure that he is rageful so many times on that set.
I'm
True.
sure.
And this was just one that he was like, you can leak that shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'll
He's like,
allow
I
it.
actually said something good
mean,
instead of like.
He actually
Yeah.
was the one who leaked it.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
He recorded the audio on his phone,
Right.
on a voice memo,
Yeah.
sent it to the UK.
Also,
mail
I'm
or
sure
whatever.
that the director was like, nobody's going to watch this movie. You're at Mission Impossible 7.
7. I didn't even
No.
know. I thought we did 2. I
Like,
thought we were done after 2.
I didn't
I
realize
thought
that
he
they
was
went up
dead.
that high.
Yeah. I mean, like
know.
boomers are not even like getting into it. So I'm sure
Yeah.
that they were like, this
Yeah.
will get people to remember that we're making a movie.
Right. He made the news, but then Leah Remini was like, this is fake.
Right.
And when anything Leah says, I believe.
Yeah. Well, because she's been in the Belly of the Beast. That's
She's
Scientology.
been in the cult. She's
yeah.
done multiple documentaries.
Yeah.
She was on King of Queens, which is the biggest one for me. I'm listening all
We're in
Oh
ears.
Queens
my
right now,
God.
so it
when
makes
her
sense.
when her picture showed up on that Scientology thing, I was
Yeah.
laughing so hard. I was like, bitch, you are the queen of kings out here fucking doing this shit. We're supposed to listen to you and watch you have a black
I
and
know.
white screen over you while you just like somberly tell us about
I
it. It
know.
was crazy.
Yeah.
She got her family involved in
Oh,
that shit. I'm
boy.
like, that's on you.
Yeah.
Any cult member, I'm like, well, that's kind of on you.
Totally. All
To
those
think.
Nexium
Crazy
people.
how good
Nexium, Landmark,
Yeah.
Scientology.
Whoa.
What?
Landmark.
Yeah, it's a cult, bitch.
Yeah.
How'd
That's
you know about
definitely
Landmark?
cool.
Okay, so
Oh.
here's how I know about the Landmark Society is because
Oh my God,
I
I
was in
can't
a
believe you're saying
pizzeria in 2016, actually on my way to an open mic, not to
Whoa,
brag.
she
Yeah,
puts in
always
the work.
grinding, laughing Buddha. And so I'm sitting there alone. Mind you, I'm 205 pounds. So if a guy approaches me, I'm like, uh-oh, I'm going to talk to you. This guy comes start talking to me. He's like, can I sit here? He's like, my age. I'm like, what the fuck? No one ever sits next to Big Maddie.
Aw.
He starts talking to me.
Sorry,
and then
I
he
just-
starts talking. I know, it's so sad. Oh, you're like an audience member.
I know.
Oh.
That's what-
No,
Fatty
I
Maddie.
think you're really pretty. And so he starts talking to me, and then he's like, yeah, I just like went to this meeting today, and I wanted to tell you about it. I didn't know what the Landmark Institute was. He's
Yeah.
going off about an orientation. He's like, I'd love to have you come to me. I'm like, oh fuck, no guy's ever talked to me. And then I Googled that when I get home, Landmark, and the first thing that pops up is Landmark Institute cult.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, all
And
right.
they pay
Are you
money
ready
to
for
have
this,
someone
Maddie?
tell
Yeah,
them.
I have a
yeah.
Landmark experience too, but you go first.
Really?
I'm just
Yeah.
going to say this. I'm going to get it out there. All 3 of my mothers are Landmark seminar leaders.
Oopsie daisy.
I have taken the teen forum. This is it. This is when I go home.
How
This is what
did
they
you
do.
not tell me about this?
Dude,
1
because
year of
it's- because-
podcasting.
Because they are so into it and have been into it my whole
Well, now
life.
I feel
It's just a
bad
part
for
of-
saying
no,
this.
No. Do not feel bad. First of all, they'll never watch it. Second, I have. This is what I've lived with my entire life: is them being like, Did you want to have a breakthrough today? Because we can go through a lot of your rackets and explore the stories that that's all the vernacular that I've been grown up with is Landmark
horrible.
vernacular.
Okay, how do I not know this? Number
That's crazy.
one. Number two.
Yeah, I blew somebody else's mind the other day who was talking about it as a cult, and I was like,
This is crazy. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
I think
it's a
But
soft
you're so
cult.
normal despite
No,
this information.
Landmark,
I mean, that's a stretch. But you're
No, first of all, I'm not normal. Yeah, right. I was like,
But-
I've been arrested 16 times. I'm getting my period while we sit in the chair. I have to have men smell me, and you're like, you're regular.
But you're so fine.
Yeah.
You're doing good.
Yeah, but your finances
you
are,
you
but your
exist.
credit score is,
You're alive.
Yeah, totally. They first, because Landmark, it's a pyramid scheme.
Yep.
1,
Yeah.
2, the education is good. It is good.
I didn't get into it because when someone calls me 5 times after I
Yeah.
meet you to say, "Hey, I'd love to come," I'm like, no.
So
No one.
that's-
The calling on the phone was the red flag for me. I
Yes.
said, I don't pick up my phone, bitch."
Yeah. So that lost, my mom left because she was like, this is whack. I'm not going to like recruit people
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
they don't want to do it.
Right,
And,
and
then
pay.
she started teaching the forum at our house and
Oh,
people
no.
like
Uh-oh.
for free.
This is
She
gonna
would just
get
be like,
caught
this is
by
what
the
they're
Landmark
saying.
people.
Oh wow.
This is what they're saying.
Well, she's not in it anymore.
So
because
they
they're
did
crazy.
behind closed doors, lights off, little lantern,
Dude, if two of
candlelight.
my moms heard this, they would be like, hey, can we sit down and have a chat with you?
Oh my
yeah,
god.
they won't hear it, but they'll be like, can we talk about
So you have 3 moms.
I have 3 moms. My biological mom is the one who was like, "Fuck this is weird," and like
Okay,
taught
so
it.
Kaz
Yeah,
is not into
cosplay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cosplay is not
does not
cosplaying.
involve landmark. No.
Yeah.
Michelle and Donna are very much land Martians, is what I call it.
Martians,
You
I
know
love
that
that.
you know that there's a land Martian when they are making eye contact with you.
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
look
yeah.
at you like this,
Totally.
and they nod,
Yeah.
and then they're just waiting for that. And it's always, I mean, it's good. It is helpful if we're in a lot of ways.
But what does it say? Because I never
Okay,
even got
one big
because all
thing-
the website's very like this will change your life, but there's no info about what they say, and same with Scientology.
No, it's very like
Um,
Estian.
It's
Yes.
like
Yeah.
you get like, okay, say you're like Andrew sucks. You would then, I would be like,
my boyfriend.
yeah.
Okay.
Say you're like Andrew, he's just the worst. He's the worst. He's
Andrew's
the
the
worst.
worst. Okay.
That would be what you'd learn in the Landmark Forum was that you were benefiting somehow by thinking that he sucked, and you'd have to like that. Like that's a big part of it,
I
where
see.
you
Feels
were.
very Nexium-y too.
It's very.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so close to that. It's
Shave that
crazy.
into my fucking pubes.
It's also very easy stuff, and then they hide it. I remember taking
Right.
the teen forum because my mom's forced me to, and being like, "This is all something I could read in like a tiny pamphlet and
Right.
be done with
You
this."
could easily read one self-help book.
They collage. There's a lot
Oh,
of collage.
But that's part of the system, though, is they beat you down, like
Yeah.
they numb you,
And
to
they
all
make
the
you think you
information.
need it.
Yeah,
They find you at a low point in your life,
totally.
and they think
right.
they make you think that you need it.
Dining alone in a
it's-
pizzeria.
It's full self-help. And here's the really fucked up thing.
Wearing Ann fucking Taylor,
Ann Taylor.
size XL, trying to hide my fucking body.
I can't believe
Writing
205
bits on my way to an
pounds.
open mic.
Ugh.
Laughing Buddha, mind
Woof.
you. That's the cult.
That's the
Right
cult.
there is open mics in New York City.
Oh, when you're
specifically
just a
Laughing
little
Buddha.
glossy at all times.
Yeah.
God, I hate that shit. I hate that. Where you're like,
Covered in
yeah, I
Vaseline.
know that I'm fat because I just have a fucking layer of
Yep.
shit of
Shiny.
just smegma
Yep.
on the outside
And
of my
everyone's
body.
like, did you just work out? And you're like,
And you're
no,
just
why?
pulling.
You're like, I'm just carrying my weight of my body around. Does that count?
Yeah.
You're always pulling,
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
pulling
when
it
you
away
sweat,
from your
it's
body.
not under your boobs. It's
Yeah.
like under a
Feel
fat
it's
line.
A big
Yeah.
triangle right here.
Totally.
Been there, done that. And so, yeah, I was spotted for the Landmark Institute.
Wow.
No, they'll get you.
They'll
yeah,
get you
I
big
was
time.
like a mall
Yeah.
goth, and they were like, "You should have your daughter do this because
They were
she's
like, your jeans are so wide.
yeah, you got your Jinkos
Too many
are-
chains.
yeah. So, but the fucked up thing is that when you're like, I think it's whack that you charge people so much money and like try and recruit people. They're like, and what makes you think they use the
Right.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
So
technology?
you
to,
thinking negative things about anything.
yeah.
They're
a you
saying
thing.
you.
Just like
Right.
Keith from Nexum.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So anything, if I say, oh, my toe hurts, me thinking that says, uh-oh,
Yeah.
Totally.
It
Why do you
makes
think that hurts? Or like, why do you think?
because I stubbed it.
Yeah. Like,
Why
did
do you think you stubbed it?
Yeah.
I'm really uncomfortable knowing this information. I don't even know how we got
It's
onto
a very Ithaca thing.
Really?
You go to Ithaca,
Upstate New York
everybody
is
is
just
like
home
Keith.
of cults, huh?
Yeah, Keith is
Upstate
every
New York,
man. in
very
Ithaca.
gloomy.
Gloom.
Gloom calls for cults.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Buddhism, there's so
Yeah.
much. There's so many
a lot of letting
white
go.
50-year-old women who are nightmares and who like are like, we gotta have the bars in Ithaca close at midnight. I do not want that. But they then have like Buddha beads and meditate,
Right.
even though they're
White
Karens
women into
embodied.
Buddhism.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a rough
Woof.
combo.
Yeah, Ithaca's a nightmare. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place, but it is a wreck when it comes to the hyper communication. And how are we going to get it so that you tell me I am right?
Right.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Totally. I'm the opposite.
Too
I'm
much.
like, fuck you, bye.
I know. I
And
got.
then
I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
I got the Buffalo aggro in me. Okay, well, we got the Landmark
Yeah, the
Institute.
Landmark, wow.
So, what do you think this explains Tom Cruise's behavior on set? Let's get a little cult. Let's look at it through a cult lens.
It's weird how good the actors are who are Scientologists. I
Yeah.
mean, besides the Queen of
Elizabeth
Kings girl.
Moss.
Yeah.
She's
But she
so
was good in King of Queens.
Oh my
I think the
God.
hot wife, she was really
Leah
Doug.
Remini? I didn't really ever watch that show.
But
I
she
don't
was
know.
good in it.
Is
She
good?
played the hot
Nobody
wife.
that hot would marry him.
I know
that's just that
but
trope,
every
you know?
and the 90s it was all ugly
Yeah.
dudes
So
with
rough.
the hottest
Yeah.
bitches.
They'd
and-
still do that in commercials.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like it's beautiful women with this that the
Schlubby
commercial
guy.
with the guy who has the thing that he
Yeah, no.
the sign.
What is
on the
this,
couch.
Williamsburg?
Yeah.
Hey.
Jeez. What is this, comedy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
God.
Hello.
So yeah, I do think Elizabeth Moss is good.
She's amazing.
He's a great
Yeah.
actor. Yeah.
And so is Tom Cruise, and he
But,
does all
yeah.
his own stunts. They're
John
incredible.
Travolta.
Oh my God. But they are
He was
Icon.
good and he was good in Be Cool.
Yeah. I think
Great
Juliette
film.
Lewis is a Scientologist, or she was maybe.
Oh my God, who's the woman's name who Nexum who was in Smallville?
Oh, I don't know how
Bonnie?
many.
Allie Mack.
Allie Mack.
Dude, she
She's
is
crazy.
that is a landmark. That's all of Ithaca. Just
Well,
wanted to say.
Nexium's a unique one where they don't have the good actors.
They
do not
have a
Nexium's
good
for the
actor.
Scientologist wannabes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the Scientologists, the whole like you are only, it's very Nietzschean to be like, you are the only person getting in your way.
Yeah.
Like you can rise to the top. You can evolve. Because like Hinduism will be like, you can escape your ego and stuff,
Right.
but you have to like die first. This is like, no, you can excel
Sign me up.
in your own
Yeah.
existence. Yeah, totally. And so I think that he gets upset like that because it's like he does view himself as a god. He has gone through the steps.
Totally.
Well, I
Yeah.
think it's also teaching you to ignore your instincts and your feelings.
Yeah.
So you can use logic and reason to get out of everything, which is like why when he says, I can speak to your logic in that like rant,
Right.
it's total
Oh.
Scientology,
Totally.
like doctor.
I can
When I see
doctoring.
someone not wearing a mask, I say, you do you.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in your way.
I'm not going to lecture you. Maybe I'll be
No.
like, oh, I can't believe this guy's not wearing a mask
in
to
my
myself.
head, to myself, and then I'll inch away from them.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to, would never confront
no,
anyone. I do
no.
not think I'm a god. If
Yeah.
anything, I'm a fucking scum
We're
of the
all
earth.
doing it our
I
own
think
way.
I'm a god. I'm susceptible to the
Well, you're a
Scientology
landmark
thing.
kid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
think it
makes
has
sense.
fucked me up. Yesterday, a man at the auto mechanic shop didn't have a mask on, and I was like, "Why don't you throw that bad boy up there, buddy?" And he
Yeah.
was like, "What?" And I was like,
That's
just coming out.
you doing that is the equivalent of Tom Cruise.
Totally.
Your
Yeah,
level
yeah,
of him.
yeah.
Well, that's another.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you have to yell,
Yeah.
Tom? Because it's like, do you think that's the only way people are going to listen to you because you're so short?
Well, he's
You
like
have
a
to-
manic bipolar meltdown.
Yeah.
I mean,
remember
we
he
all
jumped
saw
on that
him.
couch?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say the Oprah. I love
Classic.
her. Oh, if any guy did that about me, I'd say on
Be like,
national television, it's over.
Check, please.
And Katie
Yes.
Holmes left him. Why? Because he
He was fucking nuts. I
He was like
think.
tapping her phone and stuff.
Yeah.
And like,
what?
like
and Nicole Kidman too.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
he like has a
he's
weird
crazy.
relationship with Suri, their daughter.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't see her. I don't know.
Really weird.
Yeah.
Who is
I have
also
a
now
theory
like,
that people with big teeth are sociopaths.
do I have big teeth?
Not really. Not
You
quite.
do. You
Yeah,
have
I know.
Two big front teeth in a good
Oh.
way.
Yeah. You know the people
Are you?
with
Do
the
you think you're a
biggest teeth.
sociopath?
I think I have sociopathic tendencies sometimes.
Okay.
I
Or
I always
narcissistic.
Google if I am, and then I cry at you know.
I don't think
my
you
neighbors.
Are.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
you
Yeah.
can be like people think like what is the version of sociopath? What is it when you're so emotional that you're also think that you're like I don't know what that is.
borderline
Empath?
personality
Empath?
disorder.
You know how it's like the best actors are also kind of sociopathic because they can like the guy they always end up overdosing.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Where
no,
they're like so sensitive.
Daniel
that they-
Day Lewis. That's who I was
Oh.
thinking of.
I'm
Oh,
thinking
Daniel
of the
Radcliffe.
guy Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, he's
Oh, yeah.
dead.
You know, it's like the or Robin Williams where they kill
Both
themselves
dead.
because they feel too much.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not sociopath. Sociopath
No.
is like a cold
Yeah.
vagina, if you will.
The
Wow.
cold
Nothing.
pussy. God, this cold pussy. For the
Cold
listeners, me and Maddie talk on our podcast about one
Almost
time I had a
weekly.
threesome. And I had a threesome one time and I touched this girl's vagina and it was cold. And
Like she was
Maddie
dead?
is haunted by it.
That's
I
terrifying.
think
it
about
was-
it almost every day.
it was
That's
A
crazy.
cold vagina.
it was as if she put a cold compress on it before she came to bed.
She was very fit, and every time I see a
it's
very
'cause she
athletic
doesn't
woman,
have any
She
meat
had
on
an
her bones.
IKEA
Yeah.
pussy where it's like
Yeah.
flat,
Oh.
like a porn pussy.
You know,
Oh,
when
I've
the
heard that
girls-
they
like a
get them
snare
trimmed up.
oh yeah,
like,
you can
cut
do the
off-
labia thing
To get
too.
your
Oh my
labia cut
God.
off. I know. So you
Wow.
can have a
Yeah,
Barbie doll.
But I've
I
heard
would
that
love
the
that.
fatter the pussy,
I have
the
a very pointy
juicier
one.
The
the pussy.
deeper the juice.
yeah. Let's just say mine is like a juice box. Okay, so let's go to last topic before we wrap up. Gals in the football league. What do we think? I'm indifferent. I'm just trying to bring
don't
topics
care.
to the table.
I just don't understand why it's just
New.
happening now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems wild to me.
I don't understand
It's
why
the
we
only
can't
sport.
have like female football teams.
Yeah, I don't either.
Why
It
do we have to
seems-
join theirs?
We
They're-
had the Rockford Peaches, for Christ's sake,
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
from A League of Their Own.
Martha Hooch.
I'm singing to Melvin.
It's so good. That's one of the best movies ever made.
Great.
I
know,
don't
You're dressed up like them today.
Yeah.
every day. Yeah, I was just
Every
looking
day.
for. I was looking for a League of Their Own hoodie to buy.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
For Halloween or just
No,
for
just to
daily
live,
wear?
just to
For the
exist.
landmark
Yeah.
meetings.
Yeah, for the seminars.
It's like I play the game.
I just don't understand why it's just happening now. I've
Yeah.
asked people this, and they're like, because women won't want to play football.
They
won't
would
wanna
though.
Play.
Yeah, I think
know.
women
Even
would
if
like to play
it's
football.
non-contact football, it's still a pretty fun game.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
flag football or something. If you want to go no tackle, because that's kind of going out of style right now.
Yeah, because of the head injuries and all that.
Yeah.
Even if you did, we're pulling the flags off of them. It's a very fun game.
Well, just to be able to throw like a spiral is fun. If
Yeah,
you can
you're-
do that.
if I throw a
You can really
spiral,
whip it.
I
so
look down, I have a
fun.
dick.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
And you're
I look down and my dick is inside a woman. Yeah, totally.
I look down, I'm penetrating two women at
Yeah.
once with
Yeah,
my
yeah.
two penises.
And a human pyramid.
yeah,
Yeah.
in a human pyramid
Yeah.
scheme.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're back to landmark.
Do we know why there isn't female football?
No, I should have looked this up, but I really think it's just the NFL has such a stronghold on
the worst.
sports.
Well,
Yeah.
have you been to the? I went to a WNBA game in Westchester.
Oh, how was
recently.
that?
Oh my God, there were four. Not COVID, way pre-COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
And there were literally. It was like it was during COVID.
I know,
We were
that's the other
only
thing.
people
It's
there
like,
watching.
women should be able to play football, but then you look at the WNBA, they literally make like teachers' salary.
Right. Well, it's
every
because
year.
they don't have any promotion behind them.
I
mean, They
know.
don't have any like advertising or anything.
Meanwhile, the NFL gets fucking Pepsi, Bud
Right.
Light, and millions of dollars a year.
and they pay their cheerleaders shit. So maybe
Yeah,
that's why.
true.
Because it's not really a female-friendly organization.
Yeah, I mean, true. Every team comes out as having sexually harassed their employees as
Yeah.
well, too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
And every
why.
player has like punched his wife in the head.
Wow, there's
so.
Yeah.
no answer to why there is no.
No answer. 0 result?
Yeah,
Wow. That never
there is
happens.
a no male only. All human beings are eligible as long as they are 3 years out of high school and have usable
Wow.
football skill set.
So
Yeah.
she's just a really good kicker? Is that
Yeah.
how she got into it?
Yeah. I think
Oh
she was a
wow,
soccer
so
player.
you can play if you're a woman.
Yeah.
You just will die.
I mean, I personally would not want to get
Yeah.
tackled by
no
those men.
way.
I'll be maybe a quarterback that has no tackle. If they put women in, maybe they can do a no tackle around them.
Yeah.
Start incorporating.
Oh, that's a good idea. I just
Same.
imagine a woman running down a field holding a ball, just being like, ah! like screaming her feet
Wait, which
chased
way do
by
I
a
go?
bob and pin.
I actually would run pretty fast if I was chased by those guys.
Yeah.
What
It's
team
fucking
is the
terrifying.
girl on?
Some fucking Vanderbilt in it's a conference. It's
Vandy.
college football.
And she's just the kicker. She just goes
Yeah.
into kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like again, fake news.
right, right, right.
Because I saw the headlines.
They just want to see her legs.
It's almost
you know?
more
Hey,
offensive. Yeah,
I do.
totally.
No, I know it's offensive just to
Yeah.
have her. But then, do we want women in there full time? Like that's
Yeah.
terrifying.
I don't care.
I can't believe that we still have the structure of men playing football with the cheerleaders on the side.
Yeah.
and
It's
it's just
insane.
regular. It's so crazy.
No
like
one
to
even
see some men
questions these
cheerleaders.
women in tiny little clothing, being like rah rah shish kebab.
I know, and they're all like
nuts.
40 years old.
I know.
I like the idea of the female football player
I do too.
leaving the field and passing the cheerleaders and being like, "What's up,
Yeah.
bitches?
Yeah.
You know,
What's up, hoes?
sluts?
You want
Yeah.
to see my cold pussy?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not the cold pussy again.
All right. Well, that is it. I have no other thoughts on the female football player. I thought it would be cool to discuss, but I also don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
about
It's a big
sports.
deal. It's awesome.
And
We got a female vice
congratulations.
president, and we're still so behind.
it's college
really
football.
intense.
I know. I saw all the
worse.
articles, and then I saw it's college football. I don't
Ugh.
give a fuck about college
Yeah.
football.
Fuck Vanderbilt.
I will
too.
say,
Yeah.
I think like female sports are more. Me personally, I would rather watch female soccer players than the male ones. 'Cause
Oh,
they're
yeah,
so
yeah.
fucking
all I want to
badass.
do is look like a female soccer player.
Oh,
That's
dude.
all
They have the
I
best
want.
I
bodies.
know.
What's
It's
the
like
blonde one's
Finn
name?
and Megan Rapinoe.
Oh, they got
she's
no
hot.
tits and they got the big
I know,
quads.
but they have like a little boob, but
Yes.
not enough
The
to
little
like weigh
sports
you
bra
down.
boobs.
Ugh.
Powerful.
So hot.
God,
They got
they
the
all look
pixie
like
cuts.
celebrities.
I know.
Yeah.
The ones
But
with
great
long
skin,
hair,
'cause
I'm
they're
like,
always
what the
sweating,
fuck?
I guess.
And you know they go out and they fuck
Yeah.
hard because
Oh
they're
my
hot.
God! They fuck-
Soccer
and they got
players.
the quick footing and stuff. They're smart.
so
They're
hot.
agile. God,
Calves.
so light on
yeah.
their feet.
Mhm.
When I
Nice
was
to be
on
light on
soccer
my
in
feet.
high school, the best girls on the team were also so hot and they got
Yeah.
digged down every night.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Long torsos. You gotta have a long
Yeah.
torso.
Thin
Ugh.
arms.
Yeah,
Thin arms.
yeah.
They're going to homecoming. They got
Ugh.
the tight little dresses on.
Yeah, they got little pony legs with
Yeah,
the butt.
pony
They're like
legs.
little
Yeah.
centaurs.
Big ponytails too. Love it.
Ugh,
Flopping them around.
Yeah.
I came.
I think that was good for us.
Yeah, I think so too. Anyway, let's wrap up the pod. Where can we find you, Jill and Jordan?
You can find me on @Jill_lives on Twitter and Instagram. And I also have a podcast called Wiki Freaks with me and
Great
another fellow
Yep.
comedian, Connor Cregan, who we all know and love.
Yep,
funny.
kind of green. I always thought it was Jill Lives. Wow.
Could be either way.
Jill Lives.
It's up to you.
And Jordan?
Me and Maddie Smith have a podcast called Flat Bottom Girls. Listen to it. And I'm on Instagram @Jordan Jensen. LOL. Stop.
Oh, LOL, stop, motherfucker. And you guys can always find me at So Maddie Smith. Subscribe, rate, review, blah, blah, blah. And thank you for being here. Bye.
Bye.